What's going on, guys? New Hope Cuts here. Just got done with a new customer. And customers are trying to do shenanigans, guys. End of the season shenanigans. Now, this is a new customer. This is the second time I'm cutting. And so, I have a habit. I used to just show up, I would go to a property, cut it, put it on my calendar for either a week or weekly, mark it, and then when that day comes, I show up and cut, right? And for the most part, I got customers who appreciate that, right? 99% of my customers appreciate that. I got a couple that they want you to text them before you come. Don't know why, but hey, it is what it is. So I got in the habit of texting everybody. I can, I figured out how to do a mass text, with all my customers on my phone. And so started doing that. Well, this new customer, last week I was scheduled to do their property. And like before, I text them. And normally people see the text and they do a thumbs up, or you like, or whatever. So when I text this guy last week, I said, hey, I'm coming out to do your property just night before, every time. That next day he comes to me, he texts back, hey, it ain't time yet. And it probably wasn't time. So it's been going on 3 weeks and it's time. So last night, I texted him again. I didn't hear anything. Didn't hear a soul. So I get to the property today. I start cutting. His wife comes out there. Well, nobody was home. But then, I'm going along cutting, and his wife pulls in the driveway, I guess, and calls him. And she come running out there, and I'm thinking something wrong. And I said, well, I stopped the mower, get off. Hey, my husband wants to talk to you. I said, okay, put him on the phone. So I talked to him, and I said, how you doing, so-and-so? I said, I'm doing good. I said, hey, I told you last week when it wasn't ready for cutting. I said, yeah, you said last week it wasn't ready to cut. And I said, I'm gonna push you to this week. It'll be 3 weeks. It'll be ready to cut by then. He said, okay, no problem. Okay? So that was last week. Again, this week, texting nothing. Wife calls him. He calls, hey, it's running ready. I said, hey, I said we were gonna do this next week. And you agreed to it. He's no problem. So he asked me, how far you got? Oh, I'm halfway. Your yard is halfway cut. I can stop, but I'm gonna charge you for this cut. And when I come back, I'm gonna charge you again. He said, oh, no, we don't want to do that. Go ahead and cut. So after I get done cutting, he comes out and says, man, it sure does look good. Thank you very much. But I said I text all of my customers the day before when I'm coming to the property and let them know, so they heads up if they got dogs or they need to pick up or they need to, put the cat up, whatever. But I let them know as a common courtesy, right? So there's no questions. But, the way his wife acted, that I was thinking, I'm gonna have to come back and cut it. Now you want me to leave your yard half cut? What in the world? I don't understand. Then I had this other customer, older lady. You get a kick out of this, but I'm gonna do like my buddy over there, Mike Gibson. He uses the saying, cut they water off. I'm gonna cut her water off because I had her on the schedule, and sure enough, went to do her yard, And she said, oh, it ain't been 2 weeks. And I said, Miss So-and-so, yes, it has. Because here it is on my phone. Which, by the way, every time I cut a yard, my schedule's on my phone where I check it off at. She said, well, your schedule wrong. No, ma'am. If I'm wrong, the calendar wrong. The calendar is wrong. I mean, how is that impossible? There's only 112 in a month in a calendar. I come on the 12th. I can count 2 weeks. Every other week, you get on the schedule and get cut. So I said, ma'am, if you don't want me to cut your yard, that's fine. But I cannot afford to play games with you. So she's cut. Her water is cut off. So you guys tell me. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm right. Tell me, what would you do with these customers who wants to play games? And see, with this guy that I just left, I know the game he's playing. Grass is slow in Georgia, but it is still growing in Georgia. And so these customers want to wait until their yard just gets, they want to go all the way down to the wire when that first frost hit, that strong frost, where it knocks the head off of that damn grass. And guess what? Then they want you to cut it. Then they want you to cut it. And guess what? They want you to cut it at the same price. Not gonna happen. Y'all tell me what you do. Hey, I'm done for the day. New Hope cuts. As I say, keep cutting.